I now wanted to touch on the recent comments from Martin Odegaard and Tony Adams. So Tony Adams said quite recently that he doesn't think Odegaard, he would rather see Declan Rice as captain. He doesn't think Odegaard has that quality to, elevate the team to a title-winning level.
Mm.
Odegaard has now come out and said that, he doesn't care about the criticism because, after all, the players and Mikel Arteta voted for him as captain, and they're the voices that matter much more. Of course, Tony Adams is an Arsenal legend, but like I was saying, Arteta and the players in the squad at the moment are the ones who matter, given that they are working with Odegaard, they're playing with Odegaard. So first of all, just wanted to get your take on Tony Adams's comments, first of all, and also Odegaard's quite emphatic response to them.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Tony was a bit out of order, I have to say, with that. I mean, he's very, Tony's old school. He's a legend. He's one of my favourite ever Arsenal players. He's the greatest captain we've ever had. Certainly the greatest captain I've ever watched in an Arsenal shirt. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But I just thought that was a bit. I thought he was just going a bit over the top with that. Especially it was coming just before a big game. I can't remember was it just for the first game of the season? I can't remember, but it was just for Old Trafford, I think, wasn't it? And just thought, well, what's the point in that? And it's just a very old-fashioned view, I don't think. Under Martin Odegaard as captain, Arsenal broke pretty much every record there was to break a couple of seasons ago. They didn't not win the league that season because they had Odegaard as captain. He led them to a remarkable season, unbelievable season, record-breaking season. They've just pipped to the post by an unbelievable Manchester City team, unfortunately. So I didn't agree with Tony at all. And I like the fact that Odegaard has come out and said, look, I don't care, because I don't think he needs to. I don't think he needs to worry about a sort of old-fashioned view like that, no matter who says it, how important they are in the club's history. So I'm glad he sort of responded to it the way he has. But the only way he's going to respond to it and shut up all of his doubters is by helping Arsenal be successful on the pitch. That's what he's got to focus on. Last season, he wasn't good enough at that. Unfortunately, he had a poor season by his very, very high standards. So he just needs to get back to playing as well as he possibly can this season. If he does that, then Arsenal are going to have a great chance of being successful, because Martin Odegaard's such a wonderful player when he's on it. And when he's on it, Arsenal are a better team. It's as plain and simple as that. So I think that's what he's got to focus on. I think that's what he will focus on. I don't think he'll pay too much attention to what the sort of outside noise. So yeah, I liked his response, and hopefully he can shut a few people up with his performances on the pitch this season.
Yeah, like you say, he can talk off the pitch, and those quotes were quite refreshing to see, but the talking that he does on the pitch is far more important.
Mm.
I do, Tony Adams talking about Declan Rice as captain, Declan Rice does have those leadership qualities. We've seen it with West Ham United, but you could say that Arsenal have a lot of those players who are captain material. Of course, Rice, Odegaard, Gabriel. Could even say, yeah, Christian Norgard, who we've not seen, but we know that he has got that captain material. David Raya, you could even say as well. Bukayo Saka's worn the armband a few times. So those players who do have those qualities to really lead and mentor a team, they don't have to wear the armband to be leaders on the pitch, do they?
No, of course they don't. And what difference did it make who's wearing the armband, really, really, in this Arsenal team? If Declan Rice was the captain, would that have made a massive difference? Would that have got him over the line that season when they just missed out to Man City? I don't think it would have done. Like you said, there's leaders all over the pitch at Arsenal. It's a really strong leadership group there. As you said, Gabriel at the back, Bukayo Saka can do it. Declan Rice, we know, could do it. Martin Odegaard can do it. So I don't see what the difference is, really, of who's wearing the armband there. And Martin Odegaard's got full respect of his teammates as well. Declan can continue to lead without the armband, and he will continue to lead without the armband. So I just don't really buy into it, what Tony was saying. I understand where he's coming from because of the type of captain he was, but those days are kind of gone. Really, you sort of think back of what other captains have we had in the sort of Tony Adams mold in a recent modern era. I'm not sure, since probably John Terry we've really seen one like that. So it just feels like those days and the importance of having that old school, old fashioned leader type thing. It just feels like we've been through that, and we've come out to another era of football when it comes to the captaincy now. So I just don't really agree to it.